everyone, John here from All Miniatures Great and Small. Today we're going to be unboxing a Warhammer Age of Sigmar Spearhead force. This time we're looking at Cities of Sigmar, some of my all-time favorite models in the Age of Sigmar range. I love these guys. This was sent to me as a gift from a dear family friend, James. Thank you so much. Looking forward to getting this out on the table next time you're in town. Alright, so these guys are, if you wanted like the 40k equivalent of it, they're like the Imperial Guard of the Age of Sigmar range. They're just the regular human dudes asked to pick up a shield and a sword and fight, you know, demons and giants and orcs and trolls and trees and aquatic elves, all kinds of crazy stuff. And they do it with, you know, with just steely human guts, which often get spilled. Okay, so in the box we've got a iron weld great cannon. We've got the Cavalier Marshal, I think that's his name. You got 10 of the Free Guild Steel Helms, and then 5 of the Free Guild Cavaliers. So for a total of 17 models, but you know, 6 of those models are, you know, big models. They're guys riding horses, and the cannon actually has, you know, a cannon plus a couple of guys on it. Pretty good. All right, so let's go ahead and open it up. This did get a little dinged up in shipping, but I'm sure it's fine. So we have the assembly guide. We'll take a look at that first. Kind of goes over all the contents. We have the assembly. Not sure if there's different ways to build him, but a lot of times they have alternate builds or maybe different weapons. So here's the cavalry. So it looks like this guy could either be carrying a banner or a sword, maybe. Or maybe those are two different guys. Then you have the Free Guild Steel Helms. Which gives you a nice unit of 10 of those. And then you get the Great Cannon. Which does have a couple of crew, which is cool. And it looks like you get the stats to all that, although this is probably version 3 stats, not version 4, but I'm not 100% sure. But of course you can get the stats on the Age of Sigmar app. Okay, let's take a look at the sprues themselves. Let me pull over this backdrop so it's a little bit brighter to see the contrast. Now, I don't just do an unboxing and show you the contents. I always like to try to assemble at least a few of the models to give you an idea of what, you know, what the build quality is like, and you know, my experience with it. Kind of give you my thoughts. We can see details. I'm assuming these are the steel helms, since it's all the shields and bodies of the normal human troopers. It's all kinds of cool stuff on there. So you have that. This looks like part of the Great Cannon. There's the barrel. Pretty cool. And this is marked 2023. So these are, you know, relatively new kits. This looks like more Great Cannon stuff. There's the big shield for the Great Cannon. Oh man, I can't wait to start building these. I'm glad I just kind of finished my Skaven. Waiting for a new Team Yankee box to show up, so this might, you know, fill that time in rather nicely. So here we have some cavalry. Another sprue of cavalry. These don't look like the same. No, these are not the same, so. Very cool. We've got more cavalry. I guess this one is probably the commander of the force. This frame with the horse on the tactical rocks. So I bet he's the marshal, and then this is just more cavalry. So pretty good. So it takes 3 frames for the cavalry, and it looks like 2 frames for the artillery, and then 1 frame for the hero, and then 1 frame for your 10 steel helms. And then what's left in the box, you ask? We've got a base. I'm assuming the big base is for the leader. The littler bases are for the cavalry. There should be 5 of them in here. There we go. And I only see 4, but maybe 1 slipped out. And then the small bases for the infantry. All right, we're going to go ahead and build some. We'll come back and give you our thoughts on the build process. All right, I'm back, and I've assembled some of the models. You can tell how interested I am sometimes in a project by the amount of models I build during this phase. A lot of times I just build 1 or 2 models, give you the idea, but I ended up building all 10 of the steel helm guys, the commander, and a couple of the knights, just to give you an idea of the build quality. Now, these modern Citadel miniatures are always really well built and for the most part really well thought out. These are no exception. These were really fun models to assemble, and I'm looking forward to getting some paint on them. Now, I've got some other ones in various states of construction, but I thought I would show you this. Let's start with the puniest guys first. These are the like I said, the steel helm. I guess he's kind of like a preacher. I like that these guys just have kind of random weapons. This guy's got an axe. This guy's got a cliche, a hammer. The only negative I could find to this kit is that this guy's super top heavy, so I got to put something in there to make him a little bit more top heavy. But there's your banner and / musician. These guys are all very characterful. I guess the other potential downside is there's a lot of details on them, but I won't know till I actually put some paint on them to figure out the best way to paint them so that they go quick, but also look good. Now the commander, this guy is freaking amazing. He had a couple of head options, I think, but otherwise you build him kind of as you see here. The way that he is built and sculpted, you can see the wind is coming this way, and the flag, the way the hair on the mane of the horse and the tail is blowing. I mean, and his cape, it's just really amazing. And there's layers and layers of stuff here on the side, these bags and holsters, the sculpted base. I mean, just a gorgeous model. Again, Age of Sigmar just has the coolest models. And then you've got these guys, which are the Cavaliers, I think. They're the cavalry. You get 5 of them in the box, and the nice thing is they're pretty, not posable, but they're interchangeable. So, there's 5 sets of horse legs, there's 5 horse bodies, and you can, I'm going to glue them eventually, but so there's not a specific horse leg to body. So, if you have multiple kits, they don't have to look the same. Obviously the horse body will be, but the horse could be in a different position. You can put different tail on. The guys, you can put a different head, shield, and weapon, those are all interchangeable. So you can really, if you have 2 kits of these, you want to run 10, which I think if I do transition these guys to normal Age of Sigmar, I'll want at least 10 of them. The other 5 don't have to look like the initial 5 at all, which is really nice and really thought out well by the Games Workshop guys. What I didn't build, I've got a couple more of these on my table. There's 5 of these total, as well as the Great Cannon. I'm saving that for last. But yeah, to give you my final thoughts on Cities of Sigmar Spearhead Force, I mean, it's expensive like all Games Workshop stuff. If you can find it at a discount, do it. I'm always hesitant to pay full retail Games Workshop price if I can avoid it. But these guys are, in this Spearhead you get 17 models, 5 cavalry, and a really cool commander and a giant artillery piece. So, for the price, which is expensive, I feel like I'm, at least getting my money's worth in this case. We got a lot of cool models, a lot of flavorful models that are, in my opinion, just gorgeous. All right, guys, I'm going to cut it short there. I don't want to compliment Games Workshop too much in this video, or they're going to get a big head and jack up the price even further. So there you go. That is the Warhammer Age of Sigmar Cities of Sigmar Spearhead. Hope you enjoyed this. If you did, please do consider giving us a like and subscribe. Click that bell to receive notification when we release new content. And as always, thanks for watching and keep on gaming.